And we're back for another episode of 29 Gallon Reef Man. Now that I have all the fish out, I'm going to drain the rest of my water so I can pull my tank away from the wall. And then I can start checking out my plumbing, see what I have to cut to release this tank. Because when I installed everything, as I installed it, I installed the plumbing and glued fittings in place. So I'll have to cut some stuff out. But that's not that big of a deal. I anticipated that. So it's just a matter of pulling all the rest of the water out and getting everything moved. This right here is just some, actually what it is when I got my swimming pool. This is the happy bottom from my swimming pool. I put it behind the tank to kind of muffle some of the sound. But all it is just a little, I don't know, like styrofoam or something. But I used it to muffle down the sound of the trickling water and everything. It worked pretty good, so I'll probably reuse it because it's cut out for the tank. I'll just install it a little bit better this time. I can't get it past maybe. Oh wait, I got it. Maybe. Okay. All in one piece. So I won't have to cut it.
Show us what you got.
Okay, this is my DIY overflow. If you want to come a little closer, I can show you. Right here, this is just 1.5" PVC. And, I mean, check out a lot of other videos on how to make the overflow. It's real easy. I think my very first sump video, I made a small one out of 3/4. Just up the size. What I actually did is I went with 1.5". I think this is 1.5" or 1.25" PVC. It actually outperforms my return pump. And that's kind of what you want. You want something that's going to outperform the return pump, because if you don't outperform your return pump, then you have a problem with dialing back your overflow. This way, you don't have to dial back the overflow or the return pump. You just let that pump pump, and if the pump pumps 900 gallons an hour, then it pumps 900 gallons an hour. This thing can handle it. The pipe is so big. And this piece up here is a little custom piece. What it was a 3-inch pipe to an 1.5" pipe. And all it did was cut a bunch of slots in it so the water can go in, but it stops the little hermit crabs. Like this little guy got stuck. So he probably, yeah, he didn't make it. But, I'll put him in here. But, I mean, this worked out great. But look at the algae that it collects. I mean, that's crazy. But it's so close to the light. But it works really, really good. I've never had any problems with it clogging up, especially a pipe this size. Never clogged up. However, I did have a problem when your power heads catch air, all the little air bubbles. Sometimes, maybe this might have happened, I guess the tank was set up for about 1.5 years or so maybe. And all the little air bubbles get caught in it and it goes down, but then they stop right here. So this guy right here primes the pump, that way it can start siphoning. But every once in a while you have to suck the air out of this top piece, because then it'll get airlocked and then it stops overflowing, and then your pump just fills the tank up, and then it'll start spilling out everywhere. But like I said, this size pipe, I never had any real major problems with it. This is a great design and it just worked out great. This cap right here, I put some little cotton swabs to muffle the gurgling noise. So really, when this thing's running, you don't really hear it at all. But right now it's full of water, so I'm just going to go straight outside with it, because I got to clean it. I'm going to flush it out, stick a garden hose in it, really flush it out good. This cap right here is not glued on. It's just fitted on, so I'll be able to take that off. Underneath it, I got a bunch of little holes. I'll be able to show you all that. So let me bring this outside, and then I'll start moving the tank. We'll probably bring the tank outside, hose it off, rinse it out really good before we put all the fish and everything back in it. So other than that, this is the tear down of the 55 gallon, making way for the 75. Thanks for watching 29 Gallon Reef Man. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. And also, for funny skits, movie reviews, and much more, check out Mr. Daily Joke.